already, Daniel will always use the same technique to counter it, right? Hence, his moveset is limited under the given situations. So for example, right, in these scans right here, it basically states that every time that Daniel throws a punch or whenever a character throws a punch or any powers at him, he'll give back the certain amount efficiency of answer, right? So accurate answer, right? So basically, what this means is that anytime like Gojo or whatever your character does to my character always throws back the same accurate answer at that character. Hence, that my character would just simply outhacks and outskills him in every situation. Because in this situation, he would just simply counter it with the correct answer. So, like, what's going to be your rebuttal to my argument?
Oh, I don't have no running.
So you concede?
No, I'm just saying.
You say you have no rebuttal, right? So you just basically see the point.
No, that's only if I agree to it. I'm not agreeing to it.
Okay, that's why I said, what's your rebuttal? Rebuttal basically is like, what do you don't like? What's going to be the answer to this argument, apparent?
I'm saying it's fine. You can still have this argument. Can I just go on with my point?
Say that again.
I'm saying it's fine. You can have this argument.
Okay, so what's going to be a rebuttal to my argument? Try to debunk it. What?
No,
All right, bro. But I'm just gonna teach you guys this debate right now. Okay, bro. So basically, when someone scales a character, right, and then after they scale the character, and he asks, "What's your rebuttal to the argument?" Right? You, as someone, as B, you're supposed to say, "Okay, I disagree with this argument because, or not disagree with this argument." You can first try and debunk the argument, or second, you can say, "Oh, well, my character does this, and my character can do that," and I try to debunk.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that after you're fully done with your premise.
That's okay. Okay.
I don't want to shock at anybody.
Okay. This is not a premise, right? I already stated my premise way back before, right? This is where we get actually getting skill, right? So now you're gonna try and debunk my argument, or you can just try and not scale your character, but just try and find something that can counter my ability. So like, I'm gonna wait for you now.
I bet. Do you agree that Gojo has limitless? Yes or no?
Wait, what?
Do you agree that Gojo has limitless? Yes or no?
Do I agree that Gojo has limitless? You know what? No, I do not agree. He has limitless.
Okay, why don't you agree?
Okay, I disagree with he doesn't have a limitless because actually no, yeah, I agree with that he has a limitless. No, let's go with that. I agree he has limitless.
Okay, so you just agreed that he slams your character.
What happened?
So you just conceded on he slammed your character. He slammed your character.
How do I concede that he slaps my character?
Because limitless is impossibility manipulation by the scans I'm going to show you. Okay, so
you can show me.
So basically, all right. Hold on. Let me remove some shit real quick. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, let me go get my pictures. Hold on. I'll go.
No, so you're not really attacking my point, by the way, but I'm just gonna let that slide. Okay, I'm curious about this. Go.
All right, so here is my premise. Here's my premise one, that he has limitless, which you just conceded to, and his limitless is like to negate energy to create impossible situations. So let's say that your character gets twice as stronger, or gets the correct or most valuable answer as my character. And
bro,
then
I saw this.
and then he
Bro,
tries
you're
to
done
throw
for
a
it,
punch
bro.
at him.
You're done for it, bro. You're done for it, bro. You're done for it, bro. You should have never told me this shit, bro.
But then,
bro, I saw this shit multiple times, bro. You're not the first one to use this shit against me, bro.
but yeah,
my.
Yeah, but he will. But Gojo, if he tries to throw a punch or something at Gojo, Gojo's power will just bring it to negative powers so it can manipulate impossibility. Okay, so and the proof that he can create impossible possibilities, okay, is simply to create things that break the laws of logic. All right, so it's basically saying that, oh yeah, my limitless technique creates things like let's see, like limited things like, for example, negative one apples. Um, he's basically saying that he create things like that. He can manipulate impossibilities. Like a place that like where it's raining, it's not raining at the same time, and of course this would break the law of non-contradiction and identity, the law of identity, since you can't identify negative one apples, and plus negative one apples is contradiction, by the way, which would break the law of non-contradiction. So basically, so yeah, if your character tries to throw like a punch or something, my character will just manipulate all the possibility of him winning, and he would just solo your character. What's your rebuttal to my argument? Go ahead.
Yeah, so my bottom to the argument is that what's it called? If you look at the skill, right, it says that like I said before, by amplifying the eliminates negative numbers in possible situations, like having one negative apple, right, born. It says that, and it says premise 5. It says that this is logical as it breaks down law, non-contradiction, and law identity, and possibility of manipulation, right. That isn't the case because, like, what's it called? It says that this is shown by the one negative apple example. He specifically says that in possible situations arise negative one apples and impossible in physics, right? So we can also say that negative number is also a name. It's also identity. It's also what's it called? It's what you call it, right? Negative one, right? So basically, it's still abided by the law. Identity doesn't break it down, right? If we would have break it down, we wouldn't have known that's a negative one number, right? Because in your head it says okay negative one, so that is negative one. So basically, that's abided by the law. Identity, right? So
Imagine
for
negative one apples right now. Imagine negative one apples.
yeah, I'm imagining negative one apples. It's in my head. Negative one apples. So that's the name of it, right? So for example, right, if you don't
No,
imagine
not
negative,
imagine the
okay, let me
word. Like
explain real quick.
literally,
Let me
imagine
speak
negative
real
one
quick. Let me
apple.
let me speak real quick. I'm imagining negative one apples right now. Look, you imagine negative one apples right now. What do you see?
I don't see anything.
What do you see?
I don't see anything. All I see is the word negative one apples.
Okay, you see the word negative one apple, so meaning that it has identity, meaning that it's still abided by the law of identity. So like, I'll take this as a concession. Thank you.
How would that be a concession?
All right, so like you didn't answer me, so like that's gonna be all the concession right there. Cause like okay, so for example, right, if someone's okay, so for example, right, if I told you right, imagine negative one apples, right, and
Mm-hmm.
you said that okay, it's negative one apples, right. So how would like impossibilities? Hold on, how would be? I'm gonna ask you a question. How would be impossibility be automatically logical impossibilities? That's just simply not possibly physically.
Possibly physically. Possibly
So
physically.
okay, I know you heard my question, but I said
Maybe
that why
metaphysical
would well let me
impossibilities.
speak. All right, let me speak. All right, why would impossibilities be automatically logical impossibilities? That's just simply not possible physically. So like, what's good? Like, so answer that question for me.
Because negative one apples cannot happen in physical or metaphysical possibilities, and there's a difference between metaphysical possibilities. For example, let's say I'm above the multiverse, right? I'm above the multiverse. All right. That doesn't mean that's a logical impossibility. That's just a metaphysical impossibility. However, let's say I create a pointy oval. All right. Let's say I create a pointy oval. That would violate the laws of logic, and that would be a logical impossibility. Since if it's like striped, it's not an oval. Okay, because that's not how shapes work. That's just how it works. That's just how it is.
That did not answer my question at all whatsoever. You tried debunking it. You didn't answer my question. You just tried debunking it.
Try debugging what? I did
You
the
just,
answer.
you tried debunking my question without answering it. That wasn't really an answer.
That was
That
not
was
really an answer.
that wasn't really attacking my point. You just trying to debunk it. Okay, so I'm gonna
No,
ask
I
you this
was just
question.
trying to
I'm
answer. No, I wasn't trying
That's
to do
not
anything to
that
it.
wasn't answering the question. That was the answer. So I'm gonna ask you again. All right, why would impossibilities be automatically logical impossibilities? Why would that be the case? I want you to answer this question very wisely
Not
now.
all impossibilities. That's a strong man. I never said all impossibilities are just
That
logical.
okay,
Logical.
I never quoted
Okay.
you. I said
So then
I never quoted. Let me
why are
speak
you
again.
from
Let me
my
speak again.
point?
I never use a straw man. I never use a smart. I'm literally just quoting my question back again. I'm not quoting you what you said. I'm quoting my question back up again. I never quoted you.
Why are you assuming that what I'm saying is all impossibilities are illogical possibilities? Go ahead.
Say that again.
Why are you assuming that this premise is saying that all impossibilities are logical impossibilities? Go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, it says that since he can create impossibilities, which also includes that like places and where it's raining and not raining at the same time, or a square with three sides. So basically, I mean, that's still attacking the point. That's still attacking the possibilities and impossibilities, right? So for example, right, what's it called? So it wouldn't be automatically logical and possible. That's just simply possible. That's not simply possible physically, right? So for example, right, if you have negative apples, right, and you're still imagining in your head, like you said, as I said before, as I premise trapped you again, if you imagine a negative one apple, right, what comes to your head, right? A negative one apple, that will come to your head. It's just an apple, right? So basically, that still have identity,
No,
right? It's
that's
still
it's
binary.
not just
But
an
let me speak.
apple. That's just
Okay,
wrong. It's not
it's a
just an
negative.
apple. If
It's
you're
just a negative.
imagining an
Let me
apple, then
speak, all
that's
right. Let me
literally
speak,
one
all right.
apple.
Let me speak, all right. So it's a negative apple, right? A negative apple, right? If I think about it in my mind, right, it's a negative apple. Basically, meaning it has a name and it has an identity, right? So basically, meaning it's bounded by the law. Is bounded by the law of identity. So basically, that this whole scale you try to prop Gojo to being a possibility or having a hatch called impossibility manipulation isn't the case because this is debunks your whole argument about it breaks down the law of contradiction and law of identity, right? So for example, right, like I said before, if it has one negative apple and then it comes up in your head, it still has an identity, right? You still having a name in your mouth, right? A law identity, not law identity, negative one apple, right? That's the name of it, a negative apple, right? Negative one apple. So basically, meaning it has a name and it has an identity, right? So basically, meaning it's bounded by the law identity. So this basically means you just I just debunked this whole argument. This whole argument is just ass, bro. This is the like, bro. If you can't like,
Yeah,
if
I'm
you
gonna
say
be
like
honest with you. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was literally just trolling the whole time.
yes, but this is bro.
Like
You know how many
this is like unironically the worst Gojo scale I've ever seen in my entire life.
like literally, bro. You can okay. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. Where you cannot get to a conclusion where the character or the hacks is illogical, right? That's physically impossible, right? You can't do that, right? You could just argue that in order to be illogical, you can't do that because he's they still bounded by the law of identity, right? That's just one argument you could use, right? That's the one argument. I fought for this Gojo skill one time, but some guy taught me how to use the law of identity skill, just like that's the first time I use this. That's the first time I use the skill because, like, you saw logical. So I was like, oh shit, I can use the skill on you. But just like what's it called? If anyone tries to use it, oh, this character is illogical, just bring up the law identity. Just say like, what's your character name? And then just say your character's name. Just say, okay, then he's bounded by the law identity. So basically, that he can't be illogical because by being illogical, you have to be above every logic, and law identity is also a logic, right? You cannot be above every logic besides the law identity because that doesn't make sense, right? You can just say that, right? So like they can like you can just argue that. So yeah. So you concede, right?
Yeah, because like I said, I was just trolling. I was never serious this entire time.
Uh, for sure, for
And
sure.
I don't know how you didn't. I don't know how you didn't see that.
No, I know you were trolling, but this is the most known trolling skill. I also use the skill. Not